Hello and welcome to Finextra TV. I'm Alex Lippich and you join us at the Communify Fincentric Experience. And kindly joining me in the studio today is RP Sandilya of Broadridge. RP, great to see you here. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
It's an absolute pleasure and what a great event to be a part of as well.
I think it's been a fabulous event. Very innovative, a lot to learn and some very interesting people to meet.
Really interesting conversations, like you say, happening at the moment. We're going to talk about wealth management.
Okay.
How have you seen the landscape evolved in terms of wealth management over recent years, would you say?
Well, very simply put, very quickly, very dynamic, and we find ourselves at Broadridge to be at the forefront of all that dynamism the market is seeing. We pride ourselves in essentially helping remove friction in wealth management, and it's also about enabling better lives for the financial investor. And what we've seen in the industry right now is a couple of key trends. And number one, it's a democratization of investing. A whole lot of new investors that have come in, and most of them are younger or less educated, and they're looking to participate in the market, and we think of it as our responsibility to help personalize these services, educate them better, because an educated investor is a long-term investor. So that's one major trend. Second trend we are seeing is wealth firms wanting to modernize their technology, because they've been sitting on some significantly older technology stacks. They have potentially not rationalized all of their data, and then there is a whole lot of interesting partners that they could work with. And in order to bring all of this together and take advantage of all of that data they're sitting on and leverage some of the disruptive technologies, it's important that they modernize the entire technology. And helping them do that on their own terms is something Broadridge is focused on. So to us, that's the second piece. And the third element is certainly the regulatory framework. Wealth and financial services on the whole is heavily regulated. So you're trying to do all of these very interesting new creative things and innovative things around new products, around data, around generative AI, but within the framework of regulation. So to me, it's a combination of these factors that makes the wealth management industry so interesting to be in, but at the same time, extraordinarily dynamic.
It is interesting, you're right, and you've identified some of the key trends there. RP, how common would you say is it for consumers to be misinformed about the options that are actually available to them, do you think?
Quite a bit, and I talked about some of these new investors coming into the marketplace. I believe it's our responsibility as participants in the industry to educate these investors so they understand the benefits as well as the risks. And education doesn't stop just for the new investors. We believe that education is something that happens throughout the lifetime of an investor's relationship with the wealth firm. And it's not just restricted to the investor, it's about educating the advisors as well. So they in turn can offer interesting new options for these investors. Examples would be, there are products that are out there, whether it is how risk averse you are and how much you should be investing in crypto, let's say, or what kind of interesting opportunities exist with, say, alternative assets as these products come down market from ultra high net worth to mass affluent. What other interesting products outside of their local geography are available to me as an investor are all interesting opportunities. As an investor, I might not know that an alternate source of liquidity is through a securities-based loan. So ensuring that advisors are well educated, understand the options, can personalize the communication they in turn send to end investors, we believe is a way to ensure the entire industry is educated. And this helps everybody truly understand what are the options they have on the table to protect themselves and grow their wealth.
Education is key. I think it's the underlining fact there. As the industry, as you well know, continues to evolve at pace, really, really quickly, how do you keep up and effectively stay ahead of the game?
Well, that's an interesting question, because we firmly believe wealth is one of the most vibrant market spaces. Extraordinary amount of creativity and innovation with well-funded fintechs out there, some pedigreed firms like ourselves that have been offering services in the marketplace for many decades, and clients have been investing internally, building some very interesting intellectual property. So one of the things we believe in how we bring solutions to the marketplace is to bring the best of all this together. What can a client do to continue to leverage the IP they have, the interesting third parties out there, and the sort of solutions that someone like Broadridge can bring to the table? And the combination of all that is dependent on an open ecosystem. a platform with interesting components that exposes all of the data, the richness of all that lies in the underlying systems, so you may build interesting, innovative solutions on top of it. So that's our approach to essentially help wealth firms create new and interesting solutions and modernize their technology on their own terms.
Feels like it's an exciting time,
It
and it'll
absolutely
be interesting to see how things develop and these innovations as well as we move forward.
And we look forward to continuing to play a meaningful role in it.
In the meantime, RP, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure.